call the meeting to order. A moment of silent prayer. And the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Mrs. Franks.
Mayor Kindle,
Present.
Councilwoman Constantino,
Present.
Councilman Jenny.
Here.
Councilwoman Pies. Present. Mayor Pro Tem Sawicki.
Here.
Councilwoman Williams is absent. Councilman Toussaint.
Present.
Acting City Manager Szymanski.
Here.
City Attorney DeWally.
Here.
Okay, I need a motion to excuse Councilwoman Williams.
Madam Mayor,
Councilwoman Pies.
I'll offer the motion to excuse Councilwoman Williams from tonight's meeting.
Support.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried. All right, right now we're gonna do the presentations, and we have two presentations today, but we're gonna begin with the beautification, please. And the beautification award for 2022 is the 30th Annual Beautification Awards by the Beautification Commission.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Marion Modlin, the Chair of the Beautification Commission.
I'm Mike Andrasick on the Beautification Commission.
Before we start the presentations, I just wanted to give all of you just a background on how our homes are chosen. And throughout the year, usually the spring, we accept nominations, either phone call, email, but our commissioners, all of us, we actually jump in the car and we all have areas that we cover. And then we drive around and we nominate houses. And we might nominate 4 houses in one area. We might get other nominations. Again, it could be a phone call, it could be an email that comes into City Hall, and we add those to the list. Then what we do, us commissioners, we get in the car and we drive and we look at all of the homes and we vote on them. And it's very interesting because when we vote, I mean, again, one of us might prefer another one more than another commissioner, but what we do is everything is given like a point system. Then after we've driven around, we come back together and we sit down and we tally all the votes, and that's how we determine our winners. What we look for basically is just curb appeal. You know, your lawn is taken care of. There's no weeds growing out of your gutters or the cracks in the driveway. There's no trash cans visible. We look for those really well taken care of, well-loved homes. And we do want to thank you, homeowners and our business owner, for helping our city to remain beautiful. So we want to honor all of you, and we thank you for that. And shall we start?
Sure.
Recipients, when you come up, homeowners, when you come up, we're going to give you your award or your plaque, and we just want you to greet our city council, mayor, and stay up there because we're going to have a picture of everyone afterwards, okay? All right. Marguerite Forrest. That's your house, right here.
Where do you want me to?
Right up here.
Right up here. Congratulations.
See the
house. Oh, very pretty. Very nice. John, you
did a good job.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I think she wants you to stay
Well, look at her, look at her,
right there
look at
because
her.
they're gonna take a picture of our. Thank you so very much. This- that is
Congrats again.
Congratulations.
Congrats again. Oh, I see that house. It's lovely.
Congratulations.
You're my neighbor, so I walk by your house a lot.
Oh, you do? Congratulations.
I live
You
on
do all the
Williamsburg
work?
Court. Buffet,
I
yeah.
transfer it off to the flower beds and she does everything.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Our next winners are James and Adrian Strubing.
Congratulations. That's the secret, huh?
That's it. And a lot of luck.
Congratulations.
Can we see? What's on? Nice green.
Yeah, it's a good grade.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks for bringing our property values up.
Our next winners are James and Brittany Smith.
Brian and Lauren Ball.
Brought your little helpers, huh?
Yes, we got the little
And do
helper.
they get to help Mom in the garden?
Oh, let me see the picture.
Congratulations to you too.
Oh, nice, nice. Y'all help out a lot around the yard?
Congratulations.
So in addition to private residences, we also recognize a local business in our community. And we want to award Sir Speedy Printing on Harper Avenue for outstanding landscaping design as well.
Hi. Okay, good to see you.
Congrats again. Congratulations.
Yeah, it always does look good out there.
Yes. Thank you for improving our neighborhoods.
Congratulations. Do you want us to get out? Okay.
What do you want us to do?
Get out in front. Come out from behind our desk.
I'm gonna slide behind you. Yeah.
We're behind you.
Right there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve.
I'm so accustomed to it being cold in here. Got something working. And any additional beautification winners, you're welcome to stay for the meeting, but you're not required to. So.
Okay, now we will begin the presentation from the recognition of the SRT members. And I'm sorry. Our Director of Public Safety, Jason Henry, will do the introductions.
Madam Mayor, City Council, thank you for giving me an opportunity to publicly acknowledge our mutual aid partners from the Points and an exceptional group of police officers, the Eastern Wayne Special Response Team. Before we get to the awards, I would like to introduce my colleagues, the Grosse Pointe Directors of Public Safety. Gentlemen, if you could please stand.
Not all at once, huh?
They're being shy. From Grosse Pointe Shores, we have Chief Ken Wierenski. From Grosse Pointe Park, Chief Brian Jarrell. From Grosse Pointe City, who couldn't attend tonight, Chief John Elkhorn. From Grosse Pointe Farms, Chief John Hutchins. And from Grosse Pointe Woods, Chief John Kosenki. Thanks, gentlemen. The SRT team will be receiving 2 awards tonight, one for meritorious conduct for their actions on September 2nd, 2022, and a unit citation for their collective body of work for the entire year. So I'm going to read off the unit citation first, then I'm going to give out the individual awards. Officers, when you come up, just come get the award, and then you're going to go back over there to the side, and we'll get a group photo at the end. The Harper Woods unit citation. The Eastern Wayne Special Response Team is comprised of several officers, each of the 5 Grosse Pointe communities along with Harper Woods. To be a member of this elite group is both difficult and time-consuming. Days are spent away from their families to attend training, and all members are on call 24/7 for response to major, often life-threatening emergencies. The team, led by Sergeant Frank Zielinski, who's retiring, by the way. Frank, congratulations. has been instrumental in the resolution of two major incidents within the city of Harper Woods in the past 6 months. On July 10th, 2022, while assisting Harper Woods members with the scene of a triple homicide, and again on September 2nd, 2022, assisting our officers on the scene of a double homicide barricaded gunman situation. In each instance, there was tragic loss of innocent lives. However, due to the tactics, training, and professionalism of our SWAT SRT team, no officers, additional victims, or suspects were injured or killed during these dangerous and high-stress operations. Within the Harper Woods General Orders, the criteria for awards and their recipients are defined. The Harper Woods unit citation shall be awarded to all members of any specialized unit or team assembled within the department or working for the department, which because of the combined efforts of all personnel assigned therein, has performed its assignments in an outstanding and professional manner over an extended period of time, thus enhancing the department's ability to attain its goals and objectives. Through their extensive team-based training, sacrifice, and unwavering dedication and commitment to the citizens of our community, they have earned this distinction. We're proud to present each member of the Eastern Wayne Special Response Team with the Harper Woods Unit Citation. On behalf of the City of Harper Woods and its residents, thank you for the job that you do. This is going to be the individual meritorious conduct awards for September 2nd. On the afternoon of September 2nd, 2022, Harper Woods police officers responded to 19192 Woodside for a domestic call that had escalated to a shooting. Officers on scene learned through a witness that the shooter was still inside the home along with two victims. Patrol officers on scene made continuous verbal attempts to have the armed and extremely dangerous suspect exit the home peacefully, but to no avail. A barricaded gunman situation was declared and the Eastern Wayne Special Response Team was activated. Members of the SRT team arrived on scene and began donning their tactical gear. As team leader, Sergeant Frank Zielinski determined that an immediate tactical entry to the home was necessary to render aid to victims and subdue the suspect. With no regard for their personal safety, members of the SRT team bravely breached the front door of the target house and made entry. They identified two shooting victims as they carefully searched for the armed suspect who was later located in the basement, still armed with a .38 caliber revolver. As SRT team members began to negotiate with the suspect, others extricated a victim and turned him over to waiting paramedics. In the basement, negotiating team members were huddled behind a ballistic barrier less than 10 feet from an armed murder suspect, pleading with him to drop his weapon. After several minutes, team members utilized a distraction technique and temporarily incapacitated the suspect long enough to successfully detain him. Members of the Eastern Wayne Special Response Team displayed tremendous restraint and exemplary tactics. They successfully ended a tragic situation without any further loss of life. And I'm just going to read the names. When I read out the name, you guys come up. For outstanding performance in the line of duty, Lieutenant Wes Kipke is hereby presented the Harper Woods Meritorious Conduct Award. Lieutenant Tony Spina.
Thanks for your services.
Thank you.
Sergeant Frank Zielinski.
Thanks for your services.
Thanks for all the congrats. Sergeant Tim Harris.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Sergeant Jason Cook.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sergeant Kevin Remus.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Officer Brady Batens.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
We appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
My Fire Academy classmate, Officer Robert Selesky.
Thank you for your services.
Thank you, officer.
Officer Duncan Gill.
Definitely appreciate you.
Thank you, officer.
Officer Neil Kapoor.
Thank you for your services.
Thank you, officer.
Officer Joshua Ina, who I believe is not here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Definitely appreciate you.
Officer Jeff Vandermark.
Yeah.
We had one late addition. I apologize, Officer Lucas Roshinsky. I'll get you your award.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you.
Thank you, officer.
And last but not least, from Harper Woods, Officer Luke Paul.
Definitely appreciate you.
Thank you, officer.
Oops, sorry, missed. Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Another special ed. Come to court. Chief's in the front.
Yeah, I've been sitting down. She's gonna come get it. Okay. I'm just gonna hide it for a second.
As we think these gentlemen, you don't have to stay, but I also want to recognize Councilwoman Sierra Donovan from the Rose Point Farm to be here to support police officers. Sierra, did you hear me? I just announced that you were here to support the farms.
Now we're back to our usual crowd.
All righty then.
Madam Mayor?
Since
Madam Mayor? I'm
Yes.
sorry, if I may add something? Officer Vandermark actually grew up in Harper Woods, and his father was a former library board member here until 2015.
Wow, that's great.
Thank you. I need approval of a motion to approve the minutes.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, Councilwoman?
I'll offer the motion to receive, approve, and file the minutes of the regular city council meeting held on November 7th, 2022.
Support.
Discussion? Seeing none? All in favor?
Aye.
Any, I'm sorry, all in favor, so are there any disapproval? Motion carries. Okay, public comment on the agenda item. One time only agenda items. Agenda items, sir?
Good evening. I'm commenting on the amount of money that's going to Safe Built. I understand they do some stuff, but every time I call about something, I don't get any results. I still have 4 houses on Roscommon. I have the addresses right here. Jim went out, looked at it. Lady come out and said, I will have it cut before the snow flies. Well, snow's flied twice. All 4 of those houses still aren't cut. I don't know, I called last week. They said he was out of the office, wouldn't be in for a whole week. We don't have anybody that replaces one when they're out. It's a good question. Means we're down one, and she said we're short because he's on vacation. They don't replace him with anybody for a week. Something to think about.
Thank you. All right, is there any other comments? Seeing none, I need a resolution for the...
Mayor?
Yes?
I'll make the resolution to approve consent agenda.
Excuse me, I didn't hear you. What did you say?
I'd like to make a resolution.
Oh, you make the resolution
Yeah.
for the, okay.
The
I'm
consent
sorry.
agenda.
Sorry.
I thought I was still,
No.
thought you were talking about the agenda. I was gonna say,
No,
what?
I make a resolution to approve the consent agenda.
Okay.
1 through 9.
Support.
All right. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, Mrs. Franks.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Yes.
Councilman Jenny.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pies.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Sawicki.
Yes.
Councilman Tucson.
Yes.
Mayor Kindle.
Yes.
Okay, resolution passes.
Okay, we have no old business, so this brings us to new business. Any city managers report?
Okay, item G1, progress payment number 2, 2022 storm sewer repairs number 180-282. Mayor and council, attached is a letter from our city engineers transmitting progress payment number 2 on the 2022 storm sewer open cut repair project number 180-282. It is recommended that this payment be approved. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor,
Councilwoman Constantino?
I'll offer the resolution to approve payment to Great Lakes Contracting Solutions LLC in the amount of $23,105.37 for progress payment number 2 on the 2022 storm sewer open cut repair project number 180-282.
Support.
Any discussion?
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
It's payment number 2 of comment. Do you know offhand?
No.
Okay.
I'll find that out though. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, is there any further discussion? Roll call vote, Mrs. Franks.
Councilman Jenny.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pies.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Sawicki.
Yes.
Councilman Tucson.
Yes.
Mayor Kindle.
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Yes.
Okay, resolution passes.
Okay, item G2, progress payment number 1, Danbury Lane, number 180-281D. Mayor and council, attached is a letter from our city engineers transmitting progress payment number 1 on the Danbury Lane improvements, number 180-281D. It is recommended that this payment be approved. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, Councilwoman Pies.
I'll offer by resolution to approve payment to L. Anthony Construction, Inc. in the amount of $145,387.96 for progress payment number 1 on the Danbury Lane improvements, number 180-281D.
Support.
Discussion?
Madam Mayor, I'm maybe a little confused. I thought we already did progress payment number 1, so apparently not.
No.
No.
Okay, that must have been
First one.
something different. I
Right.
think
It was
The pipes
sewer.
or something, the sewer.
Yeah, this
Okay,
is,
so that's not, that's a separate project?
yes.
All right, thank you.
Is there any further discussion? Roll call vote, Mrs. Franks.
Councilwoman Pies.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Sawicki.
Yes.
Councilman Tucson.
Yes.
Mayor Kindle.
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Yes.
Councilman Jenny.
Yes.
Okay, resolution passes.
Okay, item G3, letter of resignation, Councilmember Veronica Pies. Mayor and Council, it is with regret I forward the attached resignation letter from Veronica Pies following her being elected as state representative. In accordance with city charter, this resignation must be acted upon by city council. It would be my recommendation that it be accepted. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, Councilwoman.
I'll offer the resolution. Oh, I didn't think I was going to tear up. Oh, my. Well, I'll offer the resolution to accept with regret the letter from Veronica Pies resigning her position with City Council.
Support?
Support.
No.
Is there any discussion?
Madam Mayor, I want to say that I have a lot of pride that Councilmember Pies is going to Lansing for us. I know she's going to do a good job. I know you're not going to forget your roots.
No, not at all.
But I know she's done a good job for our community. And I know that she's been an exceptional council person. And so I know that we'll miss her at the table here. But know that you have our good wishes.
Thank you so much.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I'd like to comment too. Yes, I also want to say it's been a pleasure working with you. I've gotten to really know you quite well in the last year or so. I'm very happy that I had a chance to work on your campaign to make it a success for you, so I can feel like part of that. And we're going to miss you, but you're going on some brighter territory up there, and I think you're going to just charge in there and just be wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. If I may say something?
When they get through?
I just want to say congratulations, and it's good to have someone from Harper Woods representing us.
Just want to say thank you very much, and thanks for leaving my side of the table. Finally, I got someone, gosh, there's two people I love, and you're one of them, so, but thank you very much. Thank you. Very much.
Well, I'm just gonna say, we've been in this journey for a long time together. From being out there in the audience, to giving Cheryl and Vivian hell from out there, you know.
You did too.
But it's all been for what's best for our residents, and that was what was always at the forefront of whatever we did. So I'm going to truly miss you because you've been a voice of reason, and we always find a way to do stuff together and keep us both on track. I'm going to miss that, but I know I need you where you're going so that we can finally get something back here for Harper Woods, you know?
Right.
Bring the bacon home, Veronica.
Thank you. I want to say thank you all so very much. I'd like to thank Councilwoman Vivian Sawicki for her 2007 attempt to get a dangerous dog ordinance, which got it put in the paper, which prompted me to come to a council meeting for the first time. And for getting me hooked on it. I know some of the members here, Councilwoman Costantino, Councilwoman Sawicki, probably you remember.
Yeah, you gave me a lot of help.
Yes.
I would come to meetings and sit out there and wag my finger and sometimes pop up out of my seat and yell at everybody. And I was so happy to be appointed and actually learn the backstory of what goes on here. I knew that sitting out in the audience, it can be frustrating, and sometimes we don't always understand what was going on, and I appreciated being able to understand it. I hope I've been able to convey a little bit more information over the years. But I really feel so privileged to have been here all this time and to have gotten to know our regulars that over the years too. And I think being a part of council has really made my heart go fonder for Harper Woods, for the people here, for the problems it has, and for the solutions we have, and even for the hopes that we have. That said, I thank everyone who voted to elect me, and I hope I can do right by everyone who voted this year. And finally, I'd like to say that I expect to get lots of phone calls from everybody telling me what they want me to do, and probably a whole lot more than I did on council. And I will appreciate every moment. I'll be leaving information with everybody about how you can get in touch with me if necessary. But I'll also be coming back to meetings on occasion, just sitting out here in the audience with you all. So, thank you.
Well, I also want to thank her husband. Alex, would you stand up and a belated happy birthday? Because he's been the back behind her and helping her to get elected this time around. I mean, you know, so kudos to you too, because you worked hard at it. So thank you very much. All right, so roll call vote, Mrs. Franks?
Mayor Pro Tem Sawicki.
I knew it was gonna be me first. Yes.
Councilman Tucson.
Yes.
Mayor Kindle.
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Yes.
Councilman Jenny.
I know, but I want to just do it out of the Yes.
And Councilwoman Pies.
Yes.
All right, resolution passes.
Congratulations again.
Okay, moving along to item G4, City Council vacancy. Mayor and Council, to proceed with filling the vacancy created by the resignation of Veronica Pies, we will need to place a public notice of the vacancy in the paper to solicit interested and qualified citizens. I have attached a copy of what we have prepared for your review. We also will need to schedule a special city council meeting for the presentation of all interested parties. It is my recommendation that we proceed with placement of this advertisement in the newspaper and to schedule a special city council meeting for December 12th, 2022 at 7 p.m., at which time potential candidates will have the opportunity to give a brief presentation. Mayor, a motion is recommended.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I'll offer the motion to direct the city clerk to place notice in the newspaper soliciting interested and qualified citizens to fill the vacant city council seat, with said notice to include a filing date of December 7th, 2022, and to schedule a special city council meeting for December 12th, 2022, at which time all interested candidates must appear before City Council to give a presentation, followed by the City Council selecting a candidate to fill the vacancy.
Madam Mayor, I'll support it just so we can discuss it.
Yeah,
Okay. Can I offer,
discussion?
yes. Oh, do we have to vote? We have to vote to put it on the table?
No, we have
Okay,
to
thank
discuss
you.
it first.
All right. This is a very short window of letting people be aware that there's a vacancy, how to file for this vacancy. And with the holidays on us, my recommendation is that we push it back. I know our charter allows 60 days to replace a council member.
Yes.
And I personally think that it would make more sense for our meeting to take place on the 9th. And so that is January 9th. And if the notice, I mean, whenever the notice goes out in the paper, I don't know that it needs to be postponed all that much, time, but put the notice out, give a date down the road, maybe 3 weeks instead of 2. Because right now, what we're looking at is 2 weeks. And personally, I think that that's very hard at the holiday. So that's my 2 cents.
Okay.
Madam Mayor? Yeah, I agree. We've got the Thanksgiving weekend in there, and there's just a lot going on. So, the very soonest, I think the 19th would be the soonest, but I think it wouldn't hurt to postpone it into January.
Okay.
And that gives people time to get their resumes ready, and even if they're busy for the holidays.
People already had their resumes ready the day after Veronica was ready. This is not going to be, a long drawn-out thing. People already knew once that she was elected that,
Well, some people knew, but some people haven't even heard yet.
Anybody that's really truly interested already know, but
That's
that's
true.
neither here nor there. I want to give everybody enough time. So since we did not make it the deadline for today, which was 2 o'clock, we need to make it another day. What is it, 3 weeks?
Yeah, so our first meeting in January is.
I don't want it on the same day.
No, I know.
The first meeting is the 2nd. And so the 9th falls between our 2 meeting dates, the
Okay.
2nd and the 16th.
Okay, that's fantastic, but what are we gonna do for the filing date?
Right.
Huh?
We need a filing date first, we can,
Excuse me?
we need a filing date, when people have to put their application in by.
That would have to be December 30th.
Yeah, December 30th. They would have to have.
Do you
their-
want to make it earlier than that? Do you want to make the filing date earlier since? Okay,
No,
I was just
no.
thinking of the office, you guys are open during the holiday.
Can we make it later?
No.
No, that's fine. The 30th is the filing date. They have to have
It's
it
a whole
in.
month.
And
Yeah,
the date
that's more
that
than
we will
enough.
have the interviews will be,
On the meeting of January 9th. It'll be a special meeting on January 9th.
special meeting on January 9th. Okay?
So we'll have to amend the motion to acknowledge that.
Yes, we have to amend the
Ms.
motion.
Councilmember Pies would like to do that.
Huh?
Madam Mayor?
Councilwoman Pies, I need you to amend your motion.
Madam Mayor, I'll offer to amend the motion for the filing date for later December for a January
Yeah, December
appointment.
30th is the filing, last filing date. January 9th is the date of the interview.
Thank you.
Okay, got it.
Got it? And who seconded?
Support.
That was
Okay. Any more discussion? Seeing none?
Madam Mayor and Council, that concludes the city manager's report.
Well, we have to do the roll call vote on,
I'm
No, that was a
sorry.
motion.
there was a
It was a
motion.
motion, yeah.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. All right. So
Mayor and council, that concludes the city manager's report.
All right, great, thank you, John. All right, so now we'll call the audience. You have 3 minutes, one time only. And, yep, Mr. Kadat.
Mike Kadat, Rockmore Street. Just a couple of clarifications. The millage on the Milk River drain, the 12 mills that was voted in, is this considered permanent, or is it change every year? Will there be another vote every year on the amount of millage for Milk River drain? Is that in our control?
Okay, what's going to take place is that's the initial starting point.
Okay.
And what will happen is, because of the litigation that took place, we're actually starting with a 0 fund balance. So this 12 mills is it's exclusively for paying the principal, interest payments, and the quarterly operation and maintenance payments for the operation of the Milk River. And what will happen is, depending on tax collections, depending on our cash needs, because this is the first time this has ever happened in the city, that we're planning to operate this almost on a break-even basis. There's going to be really no fund balance accumulated in this particular debt service fund. So if we do have better than expected tax collections, you will see a proportionate scale down of the millage. And the millage is going to work like this. There'll be 8 mills on your winter bill, 4 mills on your summer bill. So people are not going to get a big shock. Some people are actually going to pay less than what the previous fee was.
But the fund balance is not going, is essentially going to stay at 0?
It's around there.
Around there, yeah.
It'll be, and when I say 0, you know,
Well, yeah.
you have to take a look, you know, 0 is, it could be $100,000.
Yeah, I understand that, yeah. Okay. The second question I have is, what is going on with the Poupard development over there? It seems like nothing has happened recently, so I just wondered, is there any...
They're having a meeting on the 28th, so if you live in the Grosse Pointe School District, then I would suggest that you attend that meeting and the school board, because we as a city don't own the land.
That's right,
Nor
yeah.
the building. We're at the mercy of the Grosse Pointe School District, really.
So as long as they, do we need a change in zoning ordinances to accommodate what they might propose? That would be in the city's jurisdiction, I would think.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Once everything is turned over, you know, they have to do their official business on their side. And then once that happens, then we'll be developing that property.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Is there anyone else would like to speak? Gentleman back in the back.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and all council members. I'm Robert Konsky, longtime resident here in Harper Woods, been here for 64 years. How's that? Save for a few years when I was in college. Have a problem that has come back to fester along Tyrone, and that is a disregard for the stop sign that is at Severn and Tyrone. It's quite often, when I pull into my garage and I'm getting out, I'll see cars and they just blow right through that stop sign. They don't even stop anymore. I remember back, I'm going to say this was in the 70s, 80s, had the same problem. They took the sign down, and it just made the problem a little worse, because then they started using it like a drag strip. So they put the stop sign, they placed it back in. And it's been pretty good for the last, several decades. But it seems like now people are getting a lot more reckless. God knows you see it on the I-94 with people doing 90, 95 miles an hour weaving around. But Tyrone is getting a little, people are just not, they either, they'll do, just blow right through it, or they'll do, what my father used to call a Hamtramck stop. You kind of put the brake lights on and then keep on going. But I'm kind of worried because you have school children in that area from Tyrone Elementary School. Maybe not so much from the, charter school that used to be Bishop Gallagher. Not so much there, but there are some children that do walk to and from the school. And I'm just a little worried that somebody's going to, who knows, somebody's going to get clobbered over there. So just wanted to bring that up. And I don't know whether a speed hump would be a solution to that or not. I know that some of them have been installed on certain side streets in the area between Beaconsfield and Kelly. So whether that's a solution to the problem, I don't know. And the other thing I was wondering, and forgive me if this topic has already been broached, but Arthur, the street Arthur, is getting pretty ratty. The expansion joints are getting pretty lumpy through there, save for the intersections of Little Stone, Arthur, and Grosse Points, Stanhope and Arthur, and Allard, recent Allard and Arthur. Of course, those are newly made now. But all of the other expansion joints in that little area where there's a gerrymandering of Grosse Point. So there's some of Arthur is Grosse Point's responsibility. Some of it is Harper Woods, but it's getting getting pretty lumpy through there. So I don't know if you're aware of that or not. If you are, forgive me if I'm flogging a dead horse here. So
We're aware.
You're aware.
We were just
Okay.
that way last week, and
Thank you very much.
you brought it to
Thank you.
my attention. Thank you. Oh, one quick thing. We're still waiting to get the police, Wayne County sheriffs and the Detroit police, and maybe, we may get some of the point. Maybe the Woods may assist us because that is a major problem all over. It's not just a
I know.
Harper Woods thing. It seems like everyone that came out of the pandemic has lead feet.
Yes, I totally agree with you.
They have no regards for stop signs nor red lights. But I believe if you get them in the pocket and you start confiscating cars, that will send a message to people that want to continue to violate the rules. So it's a progress that we're working on, and we should be able to roll that out very soon.
I know throughout the years, the Harper Woods Police have been pretty diligent in, just catching the ones that try to fly through the stop sign at northbound Harper Service Drive at, is it Buffet? I'm pronouncing that right. And they'll catch people, trying to, busting through that stop sign. So I know that, they've enforced it in the past. And but for some reason that Tyrone, I know, is an emergency route for EMS and fire and everything like that. And occasionally I'll hear a police car go, going through, but of course he's on a run. I mean, so I can usually tell whether it's a police car or not. But I have been watching people just, regular cars just not even, just totally disregarding the sign. It's very, very foolish and very dangerous for someone to, because people do walk their dogs quite a bit around that area. So, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Mrs. Sandberg, do you still have something to say?
It's kind of almost the same thing, but it's getting so we don't even enforce our ordinances. I'm getting tired of it. Like I said, Jim told me he went out there, lady said she'd have it before the snow flies. It ain't done. I know we're a little short-handed and whatever, But what I said a couple of weeks, we got bad characters that are starting to run into here, coming from Detroit. And if you stop me from saying that,
That's right, sir, I did stop you.
yes,
Because you're not gonna, you cannot say.
you cannot
everyone-
stop me from saying that.
Well, okay.
It's
And I-
under my right to say that, and you can go to your lawyer, and he'll give it to you. And they're already suing the mayor of East Point for it.
And no one's stopping you from speaking.
Okay. But I'm saying, they're the only city that don't enforce any of their ordinances. So when I say something like that, I'm not saying black, white, yellow, green. I'm saying coming from Detroit. Bad. The other day on Riot between Roscommon and Elkhart, a nice 35, maybe a 40-foot cabin cruiser sitting there for a whole week. The only place I see that is in Detroit. I called the police. I think they finally towed it away. We need to start enforcing our ordinances. It's getting to be a joke. I still see cars parked on grass. They're not, they parked overnight. They gave one of your council members a ticket on one of her rentals because it was too long. Yet, haven't done anything to this one. My next question is, the 12 mills, what does that mean per thousand? $12?
It all depends on, there's a couple factors there. It all depends on what the taxable value, not the state equalized value. but
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
taxable-
saying, taxable.
The taxable value is on your home. It's gonna be different for everybody. For people that have been here, I wanna say, when Proposal A was enacted, to where their cap could only go up no more than 5%, either the rate of inflation or 5%. That's going to be lower than somebody who purchased a house last year and is using half the sales price.
Right, I understand all that.
Okay, and what's gonna happen is, the $210 fee is no longer going to be
Right.
on the tax bill. And in its place will be 8 mills on the winter tax, 4 mills on the summer tax, but again, it all depends on your taxable valuation of your home. Everybody's house is different.
I understand it, but what I'm asking is, how much will that be on $1,000? My tax bill is on 12,500. What I'm asking is how much money or how many dollars on each $1,000 that I have to pay on.
Okay, what I would suggest that you do is you come in the morning, we will look up your property and tell you exactly what that bill is. I'm not gonna speculate. If you want the exact answer, you come in tomorrow and you talk to Kim Keel, and she
Okay.
will give you your tax bill. She will tell you exactly what that amount will be.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
you're welcome.
Is there anyone else in the audience who wish to speak? Yes.
Hi, my name's Mary Beth. I don't like doing this, but I just wanted to thank Veronica for her service for all the years. When she got put on council, she left the library board, and I took her place on the library board, and that's how we became friends, and it's been an honor knowing her, and I want to thank her for all of her hard work. Second, I just wanted to give a shout out to the building department because I had a huge sewer job. They came out the week before just to be nice, to talk to me about it, and they showed up at 8 in the morning the day it was after to give it the approval. So, that's it. Good luck, Veronica. Keep in touch.
All right, thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak? All right, then, let's go to council. Start with you, Tom.
Again, you want to reiterate Ties, for everything you've done. Awesome working with you and sitting next to you. I want to thank the Parks and Rec Department for their beautiful tree lighting. And DPW also, because I know they even borrowed a vehicle from us to help do it. It looked great, nice turnout. Weather was decent, so it was a good time. But other than that, just congratulations and thank you very much.
I have a couple of things. The officers that were here earlier today during the meeting, I just want to say publicly, even though that they're not here, we oftentimes hear in the news how our police officers are harming the public. I think the situations that we've had in Harper Woods this summer, two of really terrible situations that they've all attended to, have really shown that good training and good leadership can, and mindful action can really, our officers, I think, and members of this group have really shown that and have avoided any further tragedy. And I wish people who automatically diss the police could see this and see how we've all come together for this. So I just want to extend my appreciation to them all. Somebody could take those good words back to our Public Safety Director, Hammerly. Also, I just looked really quickly at the housing proposal for Coupard, and while it looks good on paper, I was a little, I don't understand how they say that it would be serving the vastly underserved, and that by having it here, it would help with workforce housing. But that vastly underserved kind of got me, because it wasn't clear to me what the quality of the housing will be, or if they are getting special grant funds for the verbiage they use. I don't know if anybody can address that, or, I mean, basically it's out of our control, but I want to know what the intent is.
Okay, what's going to happen is there will be tax incentives used. They call them NES, Neighbor Enterprise Zones. And there will also be what's called a brownfield tax authority, so that the developer can recoup the demolition costs on the building. The housing stock will be, I want to say, brownstone type condominiums, very similar to what you see, I want to say, being built in Detroit, in Royal Oak, in Ferndale, and they're going to be completely unique, and they will be lifting the property values in the neighborhoods.
It said also about 100 units, is that correct?
That 100 units, that all has to be, worked out, because, there has to be green space provided. I want to say there's going to be a road within the whole complex, so that the neighborhoods aren't inundated, with traffic. And 100 units is, that's a lot. Okay, that's really generous there. I say maybe half.
Okay. Right, thank you.
Councilwoman Sawicki?
Yes, first I want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Be safe out there. Also, I want to reiterate what Councilwoman Pye said about the SRT officers. I really think that having this band of officers who are willing to go to any of our communities and help out when needed is important. I think it shows that our communities are working together, and I think that's also helpful and necessary in these days. When one community, you have crime that crosses lines, you also have officers that you can count on who will be present. And as Councilwoman Pai said, they are well-trained, and that makes a very big difference for our community. I still believe that we need to have people who are also trained with mental health capabilities. And so it's important to have the firepower, but it's also important to have the mental health services where we can get them, you know, because these days, especially since 2020, it seems as if a lot of mental health issues are affecting not only crime, but also the way that people interact with each other. And so I think that would be a very important thing that I'm going to ask Ms. Pies to take to Lansing with her. But I do want to also congratulate Ms. Pies on her next great adventure.
Yes, the city is in the process of updating the master plan, which directs decisions about housing, economic development, infrastructure, parks, and more. We're asking for you to share your opinions and great ideas in two ways. Attend the public workshop number 2. We had one number 1. I was a little disappointed, like 20-something people came in. This is a real opportunity for all of us to get a chance to actually participate in the new plan for the city. We're welcoming your suggestions, your thoughts, your feelings about it. And I'd like you to spread the word to as many people as you can about this. This is going to help us to get state and federal funding, raise property values, and more. If we can't attend, the next meeting will be Tuesday, November 29th, 2022, 6 to 8 p.m., and will be held at the WC3 Mary Ellen Stifel University Center Auditorium, 19305 Vernia Road. Also, if you can't, for some strange reason you can't attend the meeting, you can take a survey. This survey is available in print in the front desk of City Hall. The survey deadline is December 31st, 2022. If you have any questions, please email the city of. I'll leave that one out, okay. I also have some little pieces here with the information about the meeting, when the workshop is, and also the barcode here for you to be able to participate and take the surveys and give your input if, again, for some strange reason, you can't make it. I'm going to put these on the back where we have our agendas and stuff so you can pick up one of these little cheat sheets on your way out this evening. But I think it's only reason I couldn't make the last one because I was out of town, but I definitely will like to make this next one because it's really important to get your input. You know, everybody loves the city, talks about how great it is and things we want to do and kind of improvements we want to see. Well, come on out and officially present those ideas at this meeting. Thank you.
Councilwoman Constantino.
All right, again, tree lighting ceremony was nice. Not as big as it used to be, but it was a nice evening. And thank you to the Recreation Department and the Recreation Commission for putting that on. Also proud of our SRT officers and all the work they've been doing. Then I want to talk about something. I read this article about housing, and when we went to the Michigan Municipal League Conference, there was a whole ton of things about housing shortages. And it's a problem that I think, Veronica, you might want to listen to this because the legislature helped create the problem by making it so easy to have an Airbnb and so difficult to be a landlord that landlords are just quitting and they're using their houses for Airbnbs instead. You get paid up front, you don't have to deal with bad tenants, you know, or at least not for too long. So the housing shortage is a serious issue throughout Michigan, not just in Harper Woods, but it's a big problem. It really requires some changes in the law. Right now, bad tenants really have it made. They can live in their houses for up to 6 months or longer. Or in the case of Harper Woods, our courts are so far behind that our tenants are getting bad tenants are getting an extra 3 months of free rent because it takes that long just to get paperwork through the court, plus then the regular 90 days that they have to go through. It's really a big problem. And another problem is what they're calling, people are being reno-evicted. And a reno-eviction is when the landlord decides not to renew the lease because they know that they can only raise the rent 5%, but the cost of having the house has gone up 30 to 50%. And so they're just saying, nope, we're not renewing the lease, and they're putting people out, and people are getting sticker shock when they used to pay $800 a month, and now all of a sudden the average rent is $1,200 or $1,300 a month. And that's easily what the same, the landlord, once they renovate the person, they do a couple little renovations, and then the next tenant would come along and pay, $1,300 a month for the same house. So by being limited only 5% increase, it's very, very difficult, for landlords to keep up. So what happens is the investors are coming along and they're buying up all these houses, but they're shady. They're not doing very much for renovation, but they're charging an arm and a leg for rent. And they're getting super shady management companies. And we have this problem in Harper Woods. I talk to the building department about it from time to time. We have several shady management companies in Harper Woods and throughout the state. And so this is becoming a really serious problem. It's actually been a problem for probably 4 or 5 years, but at this point, it's really come to a head with inflation. And this is really affecting Harper Woods. It'd be great if the houses were being sold to people that were going to live in them. And that's what I tried to do, is sell my house to the tenants or sell them to someone who's going to live in them. Because I can't afford to be a landlord anymore. And, but probably, I'm not even joking, maybe 14 or 15 times a week, I'm getting offers on my houses from these, trash lords, and it's ridiculous that they're, what they're doing. They're buying these houses for nothing and doing no improvements or very little improvements, just enough to pass the inspection, and not even long-term improvements, just stuff just to get past the inspection for the day, and then the house just becomes disheveled. So we need to work in Harper Woods toward resolving this problem, work with Veronica, work with the state legislature to solve this problem, because it's only going to get worse. And to the point where all rentals are going to be ridiculously expensive, they're not going to be well cared for, and people are going to become house poor. People are going to be paying over 50% of their income just for their rent, and they're not going to have money for food. So this, I'll be happy to talk to anybody about it that wants to go into it more. But this is something to think about. But even so, the Michigan Municipal League has really picked up on that as well, not just in the workshops, but in their magazine. And the Poupard property is a way that we can, add some more decent housing. But every single person I talk to keeps saying that it's going to be slum housing, especially, and I know it's not. I know it's going to be nice. And that's what I tell them. But this problem is, it's just people are just expecting it to be slum housing. And we you know, needs to keep it up, make sure it's gonna be upscale, and be very careful about who we have putting housing in, if that's what we end up doing. And hopefully we'll be able to put some housing in, but I'm just warning you, this problem is going to get worse before it gets better. Thank you.
Okay, well, I have the last word. And first of all, I want to thank DPW, North Point, Adamos, our residents, the Taburns, for helping out. We cleaned the yards of 32 residents in Harper Woods last Saturday. We raked leaves, you know, got rid of tons of debris and stuff in the yards. And so I want to thank those volunteers from the city. The Taburns right there were there to help us, and as I said, North Point and their crews, and Adamo and New Appearance helped us out, and it was just so worthwhile because you had an opportunity to make a senior smile. We had people come out just to thank us for raking their leaves when they're no longer able to do it. So those one of the things that the possible units would do is give people an opportunity to stay within our community and possibly buy a smaller unit where they don't have to be responsible for grass cutting and leaf and snow removal and all that things. So hopefully this this project gets off the dot and move forward. You know, some part of the holdup has been that they didn't want a charter school there. Well, we don't want a charter school there. You know, we want someone that's going to be paying us taxes. We no longer need any more nonprofits to hold on large portion of property here when we can build homes and reap the benefits of property taxes and whatnot, and the families, you know, being a part of our community once again. So hopefully this is what will happen. Once again, I want to thank the Beautification Awards. It was really beautiful, and if you saw those cookies, they were looking delicious. But anyway, the homes. So if you have a home and you know you put your heart into it, be prepared next year to be a part of this Beautification Awards. It is where we would like to showcase our community. So we need you all to participate in that. And I thank everyone that did participate in it, and I'm very thankful to the Beautification Commission, and they worked hard in trying to get this together. But we need citizens' participation. And I know it's like beating a drum or just drowning out, but we need volunteers. We need people that want to step up and make a difference in our community. On the commissions or on city council, we have a vacancy, but we also have vacancies on our committees. So we need people to step up and be a part of all that so that we can continue to move forward here in Harper Woods. We're only as good as we are. You know, we can't expect nobody to come in here on the white horse and rescue us. We have to rescue and help ourselves. So with saying that, I appreciate those that do come out and volunteer and keep it moving. Saturday, the school district gave out over 300 turkeys. Once again, the school board members was there helping us out. It was cold. In fact, my face froze up and I came in the building and said, "Are you crying?" No, my face is froze, you know. But to see people that needed those turkeys standing in those lines, it is a real thing. And if you can help anybody out, extend that hand to help people out. And if you know of anyone that needs help, please call City Hall and just leave your number and name, and I will reach back out to you for the food pantry that we do, because we did give out turkeys and turkey breasts and Cornish hens to seniors because they don't need a big turkey, you know. So, but this is what we do as far as taking care of each other here in Harper Woods, and it's really important that we continue to do that. Also, you know, you made a slight remark, and I'm gonna let it pass because I'm not East Point mayor, and I've never stifled our community people from speaking. But I do resent you saying that, I'm talking now, sir. I do resent you saying that the troubles that Harper Woods face is from people from Detroit. There are people from all over the southeastern area that has moved into Harper Woods, and a lot of them do not follow the rules. So for you to just say it's one particular community is just biased and unfair. And that's all I have to say. And Mr. Jennings?
You know, today, I'm gonna defer it.
Oh, yeah.
Just this time, that's it.
Okay.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I'd like to adjourn the meeting at 8:20 PM.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
All right then.